before I start, I'd just like to express my gratitude to Mr. Zbir for all his effort and his time. He has been a lesson for us throughout the practicum. Also pleased to meet you all. Thanks should also go to people who hosted us in their classes and we shared their brilliant experiences. Great. As you see, I can say we start my workshop will be about teaching grammar using the discovery approach OHA. Okay, before we start, can you just tell me when did you last teach a grammar lesson?
Just today. Just today.
Yeah? Today. So I'm sure that grammar constitutes the most important component that you deal with on a daily basis. And also it's present in the syllabus and in assessment. So its place is very, very important. Now I'd like to share with you some insights concerning a new approach adopted in teaching grammar. Okay. So, for my outline, I suggest the following. First, I try to define some concepts. Then, we'll see some approaches adopted in teaching grammar. And probably by the end, we'll see a lesson plan template with this new approach. Okay, just to be quick, can you just tell me what's grammar for you? Just as a brainstorming, yeah? Yeah.
It's form, meaning, and use.
Okay, form, meaning, and use. Great. Rules. Yeah? Structures. Yes. Okay. Okay, skeleton, yeah?
Word order.
Word order, yeah. In a sense, it's the backbone, it's the structure of language. Okay, this is a definition by Thorndale. Sorry. Okay. So you see, grammar is description. Okay. Next one. Another one. Can you guess the words?
The structure.
Okay. Anyone?
Rules.
Yeah. The order. Description of what?
Structure.
Okay. And to produce what? Meaning or very simple?
Order.
Sentence. Yes. Because grammar operates at the level of a sentence. So this is it. It's the structure and the sentence. Now, last one from Krishnan. Can you guess? Okay? What do you think? Number question, 5 hypotheses. We have learning and acquisition, and we have a word that he uses with grammar. It's monitoring. What is monitoring? To monitor is to guide. To check. Good.
To supervise.
Yeah. For him, grammar is not very important. What is important is acquiring language through comprehensible input. So grammar is not very important to the extent that he advocates that we should not teach grammar too much. Great. Now, when we teach grammar, as you know, we have two main methods or approaches. We have deductive and inductive. Now, what's the difference? What's the difference between the two? Yes?
deductive, that means that you start with giving the rule, then you ask students to provide other examples using that rule. And inductive, that the opposite. You give examples and then you can use the rule, and then you progress again.
So this is it. So here in deductive approach, teacher presents the rule, and then students apply the rule. It's teacher control. The opposite, in inductive approach, the teacher provides examples, and then students infer, elicit the learner. This one is learner centered. Okay, for you, what do you use? Inductive or inductive approach? You mix. Okay, yeah, great. Okay, another approach is PPP, presentation, practice, production. Great. Do you think this is efficient? Does it work all the time? No. Okay, for example, I'd like to teach present continuous. So, how can I do it using this approach?
I give context.
You provide context?
General situation.
Yeah. And then you? Yeah. Creating the need, yeah. I always say it, yes. You create the need and then you ask students to cue them, train it, and then by the end you ask them to give their own sentences. Yes. But sometimes you find it that it's too mechanical.
It needs to be meaningful.
It needs to be meaningful and contextualized. And then it's kind of teaching, it's explicit. It's not implicit. And as you know, spoon feeding. And
I think, excuse me for interrupting, I think when we talk about explicit teaching, it means we are teaching about the language, we are not teaching language anymore.
Great.
So it must be implicit.
Very good.
Sometimes we teach without giving them the rule.
Okay, I agree, yeah. So many authorities advocate implicit teaching of grammar and not explicit teaching of grammar. For example, David Nolan said, but just the key word, he advocates processing and constructing. Okay, processing means there are mental processes are taking place, okay, and students are constructors of their own learning rather than passive recipients of their teacher's wisdom. Look at the word wisdom. What do you mean? It presupposes that the teacher is the only one who provides. Which is not the case.
Authority.
Yes, okay. Now, look at the second task in your sheet, okay? The second task. Here? Yeah, you have one? Sorry. Have enough? Yes, yeah. Just this one. You have this one? Okay, please, you just share. Okay, sorry? Okay. So these are some teachers are talking about teaching grammar. Okay, just think which one do you agree with? Okay, let's say 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Just think, in pairs, in pairs. Which one do you agree with? Think the one which you agree with. What do you think about one?
We don't.
Yeah? You all agree about this?
Number one?
Yeah, you agree with number one?
No.
You don't agree? Can you see why?
What makes it boring or exciting is the way you teach it.
Okay, yeah, the way you do it. Okay. Number two, what do you think? Yeah.
Sometimes the last one, number one, if it's not boring for me, it's boring for the learners.
Yeah, yeah.
Most of them, they tell me, we don't like grammar.
It's debatable. Yeah, sure.
So you are
Okay, yeah, you're right.
being artistic in presenting grammar, at the end, they don't like it.
Yes. Okay, number 2. Do you agree with this? No need to describe rules.
This is implicit.
Implicit, yeah?
Sometimes.
Okay, yeah, not all students can do it. Yeah, sure. 3.
This is a deductive.
Yeah, we're talking about this. Deductive approach. And 4. We talked about this also. Yeah, point leading mechanical. 5. Infer rules.
Yes.
Yes.
Question number 4. When you find PPP approach to mechanical and smoking, I think that it depends on the way you present, the way you practice, the way students produce.
Yeah.
It's not all the time mechanical. But the way we do it, especially the practice, is mechanical. When you repeat, you give them just repetitive drills. That's what we call mechanical.
It's, the model PPP, it's good as long as teachers sticks to it, and at the end we have students production. Because what happens in most, it happened to us times, you work very hard but you have only the 2 keys. Production, sometimes most teachers would say, okay, let's do it at home. It's not the same. It should be done in class, so that you can check if they understand the problem.
There is also, I'm sorry, there's also something missing in this module, which is the evaluation. There is at the end of production, we should evaluate kind of formative assessment.
Yeah, I think there are main flaws against this model. One of them is this one by Iris. She said that teaching grammar in a way that is compatible with the way children learn grammar. Okay? You should take into account the learner's level, his preferences, his
knowledge,
and also learning style. Very important. Okay, now let's. Okay, what about the last one? Sorry. I think this is the answer for everything. Is using eclipse. Yeah. Is the teacher should know. Yeah.
The different approaches.
It makes different ways. Yeah.
There is a famous, it's a new approach that deals with the students teaching grammar, deal with students as what we call organic garden. That means you should give organic garden. That means that students are like plants. Each plant has got a different pace of development. So you have to care all of these phases and differences. And the opposite is the brick wall. That means that there is kind of wall in which you deal with students, like you give them the rules, you give them examples, and you have to.
Okay. Now let's switch to a model. It's called OHA. O stands for observing, 2 hypothesizing, and experimenting. Okay. This model includes 6 steps. First one is observing. What do we mean by observing or noticing is we provide the student with a context, a text, listen, text, and then you ask him to observe the target structure. Next, you let him check. You give him a chance to check what he thinks is right. So we have noticing, checking, then contrasting. What do you mean by contrasting? Is he contrasts his new information with what he okay, yeah. Now he's, as you see, he's discovering. He's discovering the rule. Yeah, he's constructing. Yeah. Great. Sorry. Next comes hypothesizing. He checks his or her hypothesis. Guessing, yeah. Then experimenting. Experimenting is producing a discourse, as we're going to see in the table. Then extending is kind of follow-up homework if you want. Great. So, is it clear now?
You can just adjust it from here.
Yes, I think. Okay. So, now, after a few minutes, we are going to work on a workshop. Okay? We will have a lesson, and then we're going to apply what's overleaf. Okay, if you look at overleaf, sorry, this one, do you have this? Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yes, if you don't have enough, just share. Okay. So, the discipline you have, okay. We have, how many phases do we have? How many phases do we have? We have 4 phases normally. We have opening, we have skill getting, skill using, and closing. Okay? Any lesson must have an opening and a closing. And in between we have skill getting and skill using. Normally here skill means what? Simply the input, the information you get. Does nothing to do with the skill that you know. Here we have stages, procedures, rationale, and mode of work, and of course timing. So in an opening, usually you have warm-up, you have a vocab to teach, to pre-teach, we have creating the need. No, apart from vocab. Now we are preparing to teach grammar. Yeah, you have to provide students with a text or with listening. And then you ask them to observe the target structure. Is it present continuous? Is it simple past? What is it?
The underline or
using study skills like underlining, like circling, like ticking. Next comes checking. You ask them to provide a rule. You see, it's learner-centered. You don't give any rule. You get them discover it themselves. Next we have, as we say, contrasting. Then hypothesizing. We give them an exercise where they hypothesize, just like multiple choice question. Okay, find is it present simple or simple past. Okay? Then the last phase, you have experimented. You ask them to use that target structure in a discourse, just a role play or a paragraph or an oral task where you use what? The target structure. Okay, for example, here I give just an example. We have Joe, for example, for warm-up. We have games, etc. You can use a VA, for example. But you prepare, the importance of openings, you prepare them. You prepare them for the target structure. Okay, I think when you go to practice, it will be very easy. So I'd like you to make groups of 5 or 4. Okay? Now do you all have this? Yes. Or most of you, please? Yeah? Okay, alright. Okay. So we'd like to complete this. We'd like by the end of the workshop to have this completed. Okay. So we have, first thing you decide on the level. and component, objective, and timing. Great. Next, opening. You can choose a warm-up. And you see the object, the rationale. This is leading. You can see scale getting. Where is it? It's there. Okay. Experimenting and then extension. Okay? Are you in a group? Yeah? Okay. Yes. Okay, let's say 10 minutes. Is it okay? Yes, still some minutes? Warm up. Okay, for example, warm up.
Ask the students about their last day.
Yeah, the last
Tongue twister.
Okay.
A tongue twister.
Yeah, so we have different ways of starting. Yeah. What is important is that you put them in their mindset. You see?
Yeah.
You activate their background knowledge. And at the same time you prepare them for the next step. Great. Okay, what about vocab? Do you need any vocab in this text to pre-teach?
Sure.
Or is it very easy? What do you think?
Sports, maybe.
Vocab.
Yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday, yeah. You made a new word, yes. Last, yes.
Terrific.
Terrific, yeah. Hidden.
Ambitious.
Yeah. But make sure the vocab is going to be
Guessable.
Guessable. Because our objective is not vocab, it's grammar. Okay. You see, just to facilitate grammar lessons. Great. Good. Okay. Next. What about the space? If you look at this lesson, in question number 2. Answer these questions. What phase is it?
Conscious.
What step is it? Yeah?
Conscious raising.
I'm sure. You see, just
Comprehension.
good. Comprehension check. This is called comprehension check. It's just to check if the understood there. Yes. So the grammar lesson hasn't started yet. Great. Next. This is opening. So we have warm up, we have vocab, we have listening text. We have to bring the eyes to facilitate the comprehension as rational and comprehension check. Good. Next one. Okay, just asking about consciousness raising. So what does it mean? Consciousness raising is
The issue that you're dealing with.
Observe.
past. You get students
Discover what's the structure.
aware. Yes.
That's that you're going to teach.
Okay, this is it. Very nice. Yes. Great. Okay, so for this purpose, you ask them to notice. You say, please underline the key structures in the text. Okay? Please circle. Yeah. So what is the objective, by the way, of the lesson? The objective should be students will be able to
Describe facets.
use to be. Because the objective should be clear, should be smart, as you know. Smart, specific, okay, measurable, and so on. Yes. Yeah, okay, great. So, checking. Now, we have noticing is to recognize, the rationale is to recognize what? The structure. And to, next one we have, after noticing, we have checking. What do you checking? So you get student check. Okay. You get student check what? Check if he understood what? What did he say this? We have form, meaning, and use. So we have to check what? Form and meaning. How can you get him check? Is you give him or her exercise. Okay, for example, we give a table. Okay, distinguish between to be and simple past and simple present. Then you check form and meaning, but not use. Use at the level of
experience.
Okay, thank you. Now, next comes hypothesizing. To hypothesize, as you know, is to check the hypothesis. You see, is it confirmed or not? You see if what you think is right or wrong. This is what we mean by hypothesizing. Okay, where is it here in the exercise, in the lesson? Where is hypothesizing? Which exercise? Number 4. Yes, number 4. Yes. Actually, before number 4, before this hypothesizing, we have a step called contrasting. Is you contrast between what you have already seen and what's the current structure. Next, experimenting. I have to go quickly. Okay. Experimenting means, as we said, to enable students use the target structure. But here, what do you need? Look at this. You need to give some about this, some clues, some prompts, hints, because students cannot write without clues. Do not ask them just to write about simple tasks without giving clues. You have to give the visuals. You can also provide where, when, why, how many, and you ask them this question. Okay, why do we need experimenting? What's the rationale? What's the rationale, yeah?
To avoid making it mechanical and make it meaningful.
Okay, yeah. Yes, to make it meaningful.
The mastery of the structure as well.
Okay, if students come up with role plays, so what does it mean? Means that
To be engraved in their memory.
engraved, and students have retained the structure. Okay, if they haven't reached this stage, if you have problems with this stage, it means you have to go back to the previous step. Thank you. It's at this stage, which is it?
Extension.
It's the last one. Closing, we have extension. It includes what? Homework or remedial work or kind of wrap up. You have to wrap up and go back to the last stage. Okay? I hope it's a bit clear. Yeah? Yes? Okay. Okay, to conclude, the spinners. Okay, can you read, Serge?
I'm definitely in favor of teaching grammar in most classes. The problem is how to do it effectively so that it doesn't take too much time, doesn't become boring, and helps students use the grammatical features to express themselves.
I hope this is an answer to all the questions that you raised. So, even if this is a new approach to teaching grammar, it doesn't mean that it's the only one. Okay? Because all methods can be efficient, but some methods are more efficient than others. Also, some methods can apply, can work with some students, but it may not work with our students. So I just recommend you to give it a try in your classes. Thank you so much.